The first call came just as the sun started dropping behind the infinity pool. I let it ring. The second call rattled across the marble counter like panic had finally found a voice. By the fifth, I poured myself a drink. By the 10th, I smiled. Not because it stopped hurting, because for the first time, it all made perfect sense. Every year, my birthday arrived like a test no one in my family intended to pass. Missed calls later, belated texts, excuses dressed up as circumstances. We're traveling. It's her birthday too. You understand, right? My son always said it gently, like politeness could make neglect feel smaller. Like if he softened the words enough, I wouldn't notice what they really meant. And for years, I played along. I understood. That was my mistake. I still remember the day he introduced me to his wife. He was glowing, proud, standing beside her like he had built something precious and wanted me to admire it. She stood close enough to him that I barely existed in the frame. He took my hand and promised me nothing would change. That's the thing about promises. They're effortless when they haven't cost anyone anything yet. I raised him alone after his father walked away. I was there for all of it. School lunches packed before sunrise. Homework at the kitchen table. Fevers, heartbreaks, scraped knees, college applications, job interviews. Every hard moment in his life came through me first. I taught him how to remember what mattered, how to show up, how to make people feel seen. Funny how life circles back like that. The forgetting didn't happen all at once. It happened the way erosion happens, quietly. One birthday, the call came late. The next year, it was just a text. Then a mailed gift. Then a family trip that happened to land on the exact same week as my birthday. Every year after that, the pattern repeated. Same timing. Same excuse. Same photos online, smiling faces, dinners, beaches, captions about family time. I never complained. I never pushed. I never said, "Do you realize what this feels like?" Silence can look dignified from the outside. But sometimes it's just permission. The truth reached me by accident. A forwarded itinerary. Sent to me by mistake. I opened it without much thought, and there it was. Their names. Flight details. Reservation confirmations. My name nowhere. Her name highlighted. And one note attached near the bottom. Birthday week. Don't forget the surprise. That line did it. Not the trip. Not even being excluded. The surprise. The effort. The planning. The proof that birthdays mattered, just not mine. I didn't cry. I didn't call. I closed the email and got very, very quiet. Because there was something they didn't know. For years, I had access to an inheritance my mother left me. Not flashy money. Not loud money. The kind that sits in the background and waits. Protected by patience, discretion, and time. I never talked about it. Money changes how people behave. I didn't want performance. I wanted truth. So I said nothing. Another year passed. Another forgotten birthday approached. Another carefully delivered excuse. And once again, I smiled and told them to enjoy their trip. I let them believe I was still waiting to be included, still hoping to be remembered, still willing to shrink myself into whatever space they left for me. Then I bought the villa. $3 million. Cliffside. Oceanfront. Glass walls. White stone. The kind of place that doesn't whisper wealth, it reflects it in every direction. It wasn't just beautiful. It was final. I signed the papers myself. No announcement. No hints. No family discussion. I waited until my birthday morning. Then I posted 3 photos. The pool. The terrace. The view stretching so far into the horizon, it looked like the world had finally opened up. And the caption said only this. Finally learned to celebrate myself. That was all it took. Within an hour, my phone lit up like a fire alarm. My son called first, then his wife, then, unbelievably, her mother. That one made me laugh. The messages came fast, messy, desperate. Why didn't you tell us? We would have come. You should have said something. We had no idea. Funny. They had never been louder. I answered one call. Just one. My son sounded breathless, scrambling for the version of himself he thought I still believed in. I forgot it was your birthday, he said. A lie so polished I could hear the years behind it. I took a sip of my drink and looked out at the water. I didn't, I said. Silence. Heavy. Immediate. Then he tried again. I wanted you to be proud of me. That one was softer. More careful. Almost convincing. But only almost. I told him. Proud of how clearly you showed me where I stand. He didn't know what to say to that. So, like they always do when emotion fails, he shifted to money. Asked where the villa came from. Asked why I never told him. Asked if there was more he didn't know. And I gave him the truth. It was always mine, I said. I just chose when to use it. No yelling. No dramatic speech. No accusations. I didn't need any of that. The facts were enough. I told him the villa wasn't a gift to myself. It was a line. A boundary built out of sunlight, stone, and self-respect. I told him I was done waiting for people to remember me only when it was convenient. Done competing with people who never saw me as a person to cherish, just someone who would always understand. That word again. Understand. Such a gentle word for such a cruel expectation. He started apologizing. But timing matters. And apologies only mean something when they arrive before the damage becomes a habit. This one didn't. So I ended the call. Blocked the rest. And that night, I slept with the doors open to the ocean air. The waves moved in and out like a promise finally kept. For the first time in years, my birthday didn't feel forgotten. It felt claimed. People think revenge has to be dramatic, explosive, cruel. But sometimes the most powerful revenge is quiet. Sometimes it's not about taking anything. It's about withdrawing what was never appreciated. Your energy, your patience, your access, your willingness to be overlooked and still remain available. I didn't ruin anyone. I didn't punish anyone. I just stopped offering myself to people who had already decided I could wait. And somehow, that said everything.